Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Kim Subeom. I'm a Korean Oriental medicine doctor in Seoul. 우리들 Oriental Korean Medical Clinic. I am the Korean medical doctor. I applied acupuncture and herbal medicine, chiropractic, and I have many methods of acupuncture. My special is Sasang Constitution Medicine. We divide 4 types. Sasangin, it's large young, small leisure young person. Large plus, large minus, large young, large leisure young, leisure person. We divide 4 types. Today is I'll talk about the Soyangin and the leisure young person. Leisure young person is the person is type are the broad-minded, shrewd, and artistic. This body type has big and wide chest and shoulder with relatively small hips, which makes advance overall shape as an inverted triangle. It tends to have a weak waist, and while walking on the looks moving very fast, but the upper body is swaying with no stability. Regarding the face shape, it is also an inverted triangle looks with a wide or projected forehead, potential pointed jaw, sharp eyes, and thin lips. This is introduce the Soyangin. Soyangin's type is Soyangin's type is here. His eye is very good. The first shape is a triangle. It's the forehead ima. Forward the forehead, and the pointed jaw, and sharp eyes, and the thin lips. And therefore, for example, the face, Soyangin is the forehead very fronted or abroaded, projected, and the eye is up, the outside is up, very thin and all. The nose is very big and thin, big forward the thin, and the sharp and sharp. The lips is thin and sharp. The thin, the jaw is like pointed. Regarding the face shape, is inverted triangle. Triangle is inverted. This type, and the watching the Soyangin is leisure young person. Leisure young person's body type. Leisure young person. Leisure young persons is divided in Sasang Constitution Medicine. Divided 4 parts: the neck, and the thoracic, and the lumbar, and pelvic. 4 parts. This Soyangin, Taeyangin is bigger here, but Soyangin is bigger. This chest, very big, large shoulder and powerful shoulder and chest, but the pelvic part is weak. Therefore, the fire is up, but his lumbar and kidneys is weaker. But the stomach and the spleen, the digestive system is very strong. But the kidney and lumbar and bone stamina is weaker than the other body type. Therefore, this part is very big and powerful, but this part is the weaker. But this part is very fast. He have many heat, fever. He had many fever. Is very powerful. Therefore, but this under part is weak. And sometimes they have some lumbar pain, bone pain, and the stomach is some weaker. But this long thoracic is very too many heat, fever, heat. Therefore, it's very fast and very active, and so. Therefore, Soyangin is very fast. It's very nervous. Soyangin's larger young person's personality is different. This type of person is very creative and make many new ideas. Incorruptible, and passionate, and also honesty. The type has a strong service mind for others, so passionate about the other people's matter, and shows honest emotional expression. However, person in this type tend to perceive many things at the same time and do not finalize them properly. And also, the type tends to be avoid the person or family matter, and shows over oneself to others. This Soyangin is very active and creative and article. Very like art and music and so. He's a very fast. He's a very work for the others. This emotion is very honesty. Therefore, he sings the bad thing on good things. He expresses his emotion. Sometimes when other people don't have some bad understandable acting or saying, he say to him, to elder people. Therefore, sometimes it's harder to be a member of some company and meet the group because he expresses his emotion exactly. But the other people especially Taemin, leisure minus people, he's not, he's understand, no, he's better saying or unusual things. He cannot express his emotion, but Soyangin, leisure young people express his emotions. Therefore, he's many some owner or some people don't like. Anyway, he tend to tend. And come about the food. His leisure minus, leisure young people's good food is pork, egg, duck. but it is good for his for stamina or to energy. But it's have the paralytics, high blood pressure, diabetes. It is not good. But it's no disease. Pork, egg, dog is good. And then oysters, sea cucumber, the shrimp, turban shells, snakehead, mullet, and grove fish, and snapping turtle, mud snail, and Ascidians, crab, crawfish, carps, and flatfish, mackerel, and tuna, Pacific sawney, and watermelon, melon, and grape, strawberry, banana, and pineapple, melon. Like summer fruit and tropic fruit is good for leisure plus people, leisure young people, because this all food is very cool and cold fishes, and the Chinese cabbages, cucumber, egg apple, and pumpkins, cabbages, burdock, and fresh vegetables, barley, red bean, green bean, sesame seed, buckwheat. All things is good for leisure young people. All food is good, cool and cold one food. Sometimes many people is so leisure young people, leisure plus people, it's very too much heat, fire for heat, and therefore don't like the summer. The Raji plus people, Raji young people is Soyangin, and Soyangin is very too much fever and fire and heat. Therefore, don't like a heat one, don't like a cold and cool ones. But Soyangin, leisure young people, is very too more heat than Taeyangin. Taeyang is similar with spring. Soyangin is similar with summer. Taeyumin, leisure minus fever is autumn. Raji fever, Raji plus, Raji minus fever, Raji plus fever, Soyangin is summer, is leisure minus fever, Raji minus fever, Taeyumin is autumn. Small minus fever is subeom, it's like winter. Anyway, it's a small Soyangin is Soyang, leisure plus people, avoid the hot food. Hot was is to make fever heaty, and therefore avoid the hot people. Cold food is good. But sometimes it's Soyangin, it's the lead, it's common small plus people, leisure plus people. Soyangin is all thing is much heat and fever hitting, but sometimes the fever is go up, and therefore the thoracic and head. At that time, the head and thoracic is very hot, but the abdomen, stomach, and the leg and foot is cold. It's too much fever and go up thoracic and head. As we say, with upper part is heat, lower part is cold. It's the unbalanced party. The energy is stay in the thoracic and head. It's only here is heating, but upper part is cold. And therefore is sometimes these people said, I'm cold, my body is cold. But really is the fever is up the thoracic and head. Therefore, this part is heat, but upper part is cold. At the time, it's decrease the heat is down. It's important. For treat when you have too much fever, it go up. He wanted to cold water. The thoracic is very hot and very uncomfortable. Very anger, easy anger. As sometimes some implemented disease, eye and ear and nose and mouth. Implementary disease come from the heat. Therefore, the leisure plus people, leisure young people, decrease the fever and down. It's good for yoga and Zen. It's good for decrease the fever. Sometimes it's these people want to hand and foot and abdomen is cold. Therefore, you want to warm the abdomen and foot and hand and feet. But this fever is go into body. It's the fever's off. Therefore, more heat bodies, thorax is heating, and the headache is more better, more better things. Anyway, now is Soyangin is to decrease. Soyangin is stomach and the digestive is very big, strong. Therefore, he take all things. But the energy is very fast. He take much food, but the body not fat, very thin and very active. His energy is very strong. It just gives the all energies to activity is very powerful. Now, powerful. Therefore, he need to decrease down your mind, down your down the fever. As Zen and yoga is good for down the fever and hitting on the abdomen. And now as Soyangin is active people and creative people. And thank you. I'm a Dr. Jim subeom. I'm a director of Oriental Medical Oriental Korean Medical Clinic. And I'll ending the Wooreedul Constitution Body Type Health Broadcasting. Thank you.